The one thing that was very early was a little blue tin box in which I was instructed to put pennies when I had them, because it was my responsibility. And there were people, we were poor, but there were people poorer, and as long as there was somebody poorer than us, we had a responsibility. Rabbi Gittin, who was then our wonderful, wonderful spiritual leader, introduced me to Judaism, and almost everything I know and believe about Judaism, I learned from him. When I was very young, was always be responsible. When I came here, became active at the temple, and JCC offered me an opportunity to serve, and I saw that the community needed something like the JCC to bring us together.
As I became more and more involved with the Women's Division, I learned more about all of the agencies that Federation supports, and because of my background in New Orleans, I knew how important JCC can be for a community. So I learned more about it, and after a long time stint with Ladies Division of Federation, I then became active with JCC. The new building I see now, I believe, will be expanded. I believe that its cultural arts program that is just beginning to show its possibilities will be much expanded, and in that way become more active in the general community.
I found, as Doris has said, a very welcoming group, and I hope that 20 years from now, if somebody comes here, Jewish, no background, not very much money, and a great spiritual need, I hope and have confidence that Temple Emmanuel will be there. Probably not in the same location, but there and welcoming.
Unfortunately, our grandchildren have dispersed into who knows, they may come back. But Debbie, our daughter, has been active in the JCC, and now with Hillel. She's active with Temple Emmanuel, and so I see a continuing interest. Ever since the late 70s, Rick and I have been planning for our estates, and always we felt that it was our pleasure and our responsibility to provide something from our estate for the future of the Jewish community. So over time we have expanded the number of organizations that we are leaving some legacy, but always it's there. And I believe that this is the obligation, in whatever manner and to whatever extent each family can do it. I think it is such a rewarding thing to do.
We've already set up a couple of charitable remainder trusts, which benefit all of the organizations that we've talked about in this community. We have grandchildren spread out all over creation. One is in Stuttgart now, one is in Ankara, Turkey. We know as they grow older, they'll be responsible members of some community. I hope it'll be this one.
I believe that children learn more by observation than by direct teaching. And I hope, and I feel fairly confident, but you never know for sure, that our children and grandchildren will continue to feel, as we have, that supporting the Jewish community and actively being involved in it is the direction they should follow.